What is up, Lakeland? Again, you are live here from Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio here in beautiful Kirtland, Ohio. This is a special broadcast of the Boss Hour. And again, you know, guys, I know you're staying classy, but be with me again. So I just had a show at 1 o'clock, no, 12 o'clock. And I am back again here at 2:30. I am here with special guests, Map the World, Mike and Matt.
Hey, what's up?
Map the World.
Hey, guys.
And so what's going on, guys? How are we doing today?
Good, man. We had a little trouble getting here, but we're here.
Well, you're here now. Everything's good. We're going to talk a little music. We're going to talk about you guys and what's going on with you guys. And have you guys been here before?
I have a couple of times.
Okay.
Not once ever.
Not once ever?
He hasn't, no.
So, all right. Well, let's kick it off right now. So, introduce yourself, guys.
I am Mike Sandy. I am the singer and guitarist of Map the World. I've been here a couple times doing solo stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Matt Bettina, drums and backup vocals to Mike, our bassist, third part. Ryan could not be here.
Couldn't be here today, but...
Oh, indeed.
I played a show at Annabelle's, and he saw me and decided that he wanted to play drums for me, so...
Nice. Nice.
And then Ryan hopped on the train and...
Nice. So this is where we're at.
Yeah.
This is where we are.
So tell me about, I was going to ask you guys how you got started, but I guess this is how this is how it came to be.
Well, we've been playing music in various groups together for years.
Okay.
Our bassist was the bassist in both of our previous bands at the same time.
Okay.
So it kind of worked out like that. So we're all very familiar with the style that each of us has, and it works well together.
Sweet. So, what kind of led you guys to... We'll start with you guys individually as musicians. So we'll start with you, Mike. You guys play rock, right? And so explain the kind of rock that you guys play. We'll start as a band. What do you guys play genre-wise? What kind of rock?
Well, we've been pushing around the idea that it's hard rock and new metal, but... just to explain what that is, it's more of a like a Stained or Linkin Park type of vocal feel to it, with very driving guitar riffs along with it.
All right.
And like his drumming style just adds so much depth to it, just because he plays a lot of hand stuff. It's not a lot of bass stuff, because it allows a lot of movement for our bassist to do his thing.
Okay. So, Matt, what would you say about... Because a lot of people think the heart of a band is the drums. What would you say in regards to your band? What do you think the drums brings to your music?
I would agree that the heart of the most bands is their drummer. I'm pretty bombastic, really. I've been playing for a while.
Okay.
And I like to play lots of notes.
Okay.
For anybody listening who's familiar with the Mars Volta, draw a lot of drumming inspiration from them. Lots of notes in heavy rock music. So when he says it fills it out, that's kind of what he means. I fill out a lot of space up there.
Okay. So do you feel, both of you, do you feel that this, like, a lot of people have tried to emulate a Linkin Park. They've tried to emulate a Slipknot. They've tried to emulate 80s bands like Slayer. Am I getting to the right area of what you guys are? Are you guys more like
Kind
Metallica?
No, not so much that. It's
I like Usage Stained, some Linkin Park, like Chevelle.
yeah,
some
that's
heavier.
definitely more the direction. I get a lot of vocal influence from Stain. Aaron Lewis he has a very low voice like I do, and his range isn't great like mine isn't great. But I mean, we play 2 steps down as far as tuning goes with our instruments, so it opens up a lot of space for me to be able to do the things that other vocalists can do in a standard E when I'm in like C standard or drop A sharp, where it just opens everything up for me.
All right, so now your bassist couldn't be here today.
Nah, he's at work.
Hey, you gotta work, you gotta make money.
Yeah, they got that day job.
Yeah, well, that 9 to 5, man. But so what would you say as a whole? We'll start from the beginning. Your message through your music is what?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Lately, the stuff I've been writing is about staying the hell out of trouble. Up until that, a lot of it is very home-centric.
Okay.
Trying to find where you come from and portray a message based on that. Basically finding your roots without playing roots music, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's very foundation rock, I guess.
Okay. All right. So, when you're playing your music, what inspires you to do that? What inspires you guys? What motivates you guys as a group, as a band? What do you think it is?
You go first.
For me personally, and this is like me and Ryan, just the driving emotion of it. Like, I love emotion in music, and so he's talking about finding yourself. But for me, there's just a passion to the way that we connect musically, and just creating those moments, like whether it's on a stage or just in a basement just practicing, just feeling that passion that, I don't know, there's really no other way to channel it.
Yeah. And what about you, Mike?
I mean, I smoke a lot of weed, so that definitely helps. No, I don't know. I think the motivation to play, I don't know that there is one. I think that it's just something that I do. It's second nature to me. If I didn't do it, I wouldn't know what to do with my extra time, to be honest with you. Like, it's not something that I am like, oh, I'm just going to go play some music. I wake up every day, I pick up my guitar, I play some music, and that's just how it is.
Yeah. I tried to learn drums when I was younger, and I mean, I couldn't really afford the lessons, but I was like, yeah, this is hard. So I just couldn't. Growing up, I listened to like Slipknot, I listened to 80s metal, I listened to death metal. My range was, because my family inspired me to listen to all that stuff throughout high school. So I was this kid that was like really quiet, and I didn't dress like I was
listening to Slipknot.
Yeah, I didn't dress like that. I dressed like, like this. But I was listening to, I'm listening to that kind of stuff.
Dude, when I was in high school, I was dressed in black lipstick, nail polish, all that crap. All of it. Oh, yeah, the trip pants from Hot Topic, you remember those?
Oh, no, man. Because that wasn't my style.
Oh, man. Like
I've seen it. I've seen it.
The 26-inch legs, and they were like huge Jinkos, but like all black.
Oh, with chain or spots for chains.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I'm the same as you, Matt. I was totally straight laced, dressed like I was totally straight laced, the good kid in class, but Disturbed, Slipknot,
Yeah.
Korn, all that was...
Korn. Oh man. Yeah, man.
Oh, Korn was great. And we actually just had this discussion the other day. Korn was awesome until they started getting into the dubstep thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
I
completely.
love Korn. I love Skrillex.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's almost like applesauce and mashed potatoes. You don't mix the two.
Right.
They're great
right.
on their own.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You just can't mix the two.
I completely agree. I think that like Korn, the way they look, Korn's a great band and everything, but the dubstep, it seemed like it was going to work at first, and it just really it didn't after a while. Like Narcissistic Cannibal, I like that song.
That was a good song. It was a decent
song
song for them to start with, and I think they should have just ended where they started.
Yeah, it was, Get Up was kind of really, it seemed really mainstream, and it seemed really like we're just going to do what the record companies tell us to do and not really put our own effort into it. And
right.
That's my opinion. Everybody has their own when it comes to this stuff.
I feel like that's most rock bands anymore. They let their managers take over. And
Metallica got that way with Death Magnetic.
Yeah.
It just got really...
I mean, even Saint Anger.
Oh, yeah, Saint Anger. It's funny because that's when I first really found out about Metallica, so I couldn't stand them. And I didn't understand why everyone loved Metallica so much, because I knew Saint Anger and I knew this other stuff. And then, like, my uncle yelled at me for it and, like, showed me stuff from, like, the 80s and, like, the early 90s. And
Like, you need to listen to that Black
Ride the Lightning
album, dude.
Yeah, the Black Album was probably... I mean, besides Master of Puppets, that was one of their best albums. Kill 'Em All was another good one. But,
everybody says they don't like it, but I was a fan of Reload.
Really?
Like
okay.
Their mid-90s kind of comeback, let's try and get things going again album.
Yeah.
It was good. There were a lot of really good, a lot of good solos on that album. And then with Saint Anger, they just stripped all of that.
Yeah.
Like there was just nothing left to it.
They had that one song, I forget which album it was on, but it was like one of my family members was showing me, because he was the one that got me into everything rock, everything metal, everything heavy and death metal, and he said, dude, there's this one thing you got to look at with Metallica, and he played the song, and it was about his grandma or something, about mama's something, and it was country. It sounded pure country. It was one song that they did. It was at the end of their album, and he goes, dude, I almost hated Metallica my entire life after listening to that song. I couldn't stand them. And he is big in metal. Like, he loves metal. Blood, sweat, tears, metal.
Metallica, that is such an early stage of metal, though.
Yeah.
And, like,
it has changed over time.
Absolutely. Like, if a band like Metallica was out now, it wouldn't be metal. It would be just rock. You know?
Yeah.
They would be laughed at for naming their band Metallica.
Right.
Like, Avenged Sevenfold now, I actually just had this conversation the other day, too. Avenged Sevenfold, the way that they are doing their music now, sounds like old Metallica.
Yeah. Yeah, they sound really... I like their newer stuff, but I really, really loved the first album that they had.
Waking the Fallen was the best album. I can't remember the name of the one right before that. They released one when they were, like, just out of high school. Sound of the Seventh Trumpet or something like that.
Yeah.
Great album.
It was great.
Album,
it was great.
But there were like no cleans on it. And then that's when he started mixing his cleans in, and it was a very diverse album. Their second album was, and it just really showed the quality of where he could go vocally and the quality of like how they were as guitarists.
Right. I think with Slipknot, another band that I got into more when I was later in high school, probably junior year, because I was more 80s, more older metal, and then I started getting, thrown at me the newer stuff. And don't get me wrong, I like newer metal, but like Metallica, like Slipknot. But Slipknot Sick, that's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
I think that was just amazing. Just the way here comes the pain, and
they just have pure energy when it comes to playing music. It's just it's all about the energy when it's on. I've seen them in concert.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is just amazing because
I've always wanted to see them. I never have.
Yeah, the way they are like on stage is how I want.
It.
That's how I want to play music.
Right. You can
that kind of
feel
energy.
it.
Oh yeah. Because you really like So what do you guys do? Getting on that topic, have you guys played live?
Yeah.
So how do you guys, when you got like some venues you played at? What are some of those?
Where did we just play? We played
Place
we played Mad Frog in Cincinnati.
Okay.
The night before that, we played the Fantasy in Lakewood. We've played Buzzbin in Canton. We haven't played Annabelle's yet.
No, that's coming up.
I mean, we've played a decent amount of shows in the 3 months that we've been together as a band.
Wow, 3 months.
3 months we've been
Wow.
a band.
Yeah, pretty much like late December, early January.
Yeah.
Wow.
So our kickoff show was New Year's Eve, and it was at the Empire with Takeoff Charlie, Twin Atomic, and the Scenic Route. And I mean, it was an interesting night because we had practiced a total of like 2 times before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I mean, but we killed it that night, though. But
I think it's the adrenaline that you guys
Right,
probably had your
right.
first show and
absolutely.
just
But
as a
like
group.
3 months later, we're down a guitarist. We're up an album. We've played all these shows. We've gone out of town. We're setting up out of state shows.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot of stuff going on right now. But we're 3 months old. You know,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, like we go around, we see all these success stories of all of our friends' bands and stuff like that, and like I don't know about him, but I kind of get down on it a little bit. But at the same time, it's like these people have been doing it for 10 years in the same
Right,
project.
right.
We've been doing this for 3 months.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and it just takes time, you know, for everything to click in full, for the pieces of the puzzle just to, you know, to be together 100%. I think that's the, you know, for any band just starting, I think, you know, you got to know that the light at the end of the tunnel is
it's a far
it's
away
a far
way, but-
away, yeah. Yeah, but it, you know, the hard work you put into it now pays off, and you'll
absolutely.
look back on these days and you'll be like, you know, all that time we put in practice worked, and it paid off.
Right.
And that's the feeling. When you get that feeling, you'll know that feeling, and you'll know we did it.
Yeah, I mean, even like the last year that I've been doing the solo stuff, like things started picking up and picking up and picking up. I ended up kind of, I don't know, I had interest in me in a record label, which
Listeners can't see the air quotes.
right.
Well,
You
we have
can.
we have a camera right there.
Ooh.
So if you guys, you know,
But yeah,
we don't have a hair and makeup team. So I mean, I don't know about you guys, but me, you know, it'd be nice. But
I woke up like this.
He just got that Dapper Dan that sweats out into his hair.
we should probably get a hair and makeup team in this studio.
You should.
That would be cool.
You
That would
should.
be awesome.
And like,
you get some like prospective students do it for free.
there you go.
Yeah,
Interns.
interns,
Interns.
absolutely.
Make the world
I think that's the term that you use for it.
That's what we
We
need,
need free
interns.
labor. Interns.
Yeah, perfect. Next meeting, that's what I'm going to talk about.
Do it. For sure.
So, all right, do you guys have any material that you guys want to play? Anything? I mean, you brought your guitar, I assume that's the guitar?
That's what that is.
Yeah.
No, it's a machete.
Well then, all right, we're going to take a commercial break.
I mean, we can listen to a track off the demo real quick.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
If you have that ready.
But
But
we're going to take a break. We're going to load this up, and when we come back, they're going to introduce their demo.
all right.
All right, this is the Boss Hour, Lake Effect Radio.
Be sure to watch us live on www.livestream.com/LakeEffect.
So this song is off of our demo album called Drarts. It's called Aquanaut.
Yeah, little pretext. We just threw this together in Mike's basement over about an 8-day period. Hope you like it.
Yeah, it was a very, very daunting task.
Just another window, time to peer straight through to a world so impossible that humanity will lose. Bury me up to the neck with sand, and I'll breathe this toxic ocean while you have the upper hand. I'll be back soon. Ocean floor won't be mine soon. You set me free of my misery. Salty lines and sunken chips. Lose your eyes, your tongue lips. Still I miss you so. Travel through this wasteland, bleeding black mist. The danger lurks beneath me. Is there a point I missed? Figured out the meaning of this journey long ago, and now I've ruined everything, given up all hope. I'll be back soon. This ocean floor won't be mine soon. You set me free from all my misery. Salty lines and sunken ships. Lose your eyes, your tongue lips. Still I miss you so. I'll be back soon. Ocean floor won't be mine too. Set me free from all my misery. Salty lives, sunken ships. Lose your eyes, your tongue lips. I miss you so. I miss you so. I miss you so.
Everybody, welcome back to the Boss Hour. Again, I am live here with Map the World, Mike and Matt.
Hey.
And so that...
Got some craziness going on there. There's a party that we're not invited to, apparently.
Yeah, they're having pizza.
What?
I know. It's...
I haven't been to a pizza party in so long.
So long. You know, that was the plan today. Was like, wake up, eat, do radio, eat more, and then go to Dad's Sake tonight, and then eat more, maybe drink some beer. Sounds good.
Sounds like a good night.
All in the up and up.
Yeah, we were just sponsored by Cold Cock Whiskey not that long ago, and the sponsor gives us little perks.
Okay.
Like, oh, hey, there's like this national artist coming through town. Do you want backstage passes?
Sweet.
So that's what we got. So
That's
what,
awesome.
That's what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good night.
Yeah.
So we so sitting here, we're talking about all these other bands, but let's get back to you guys.
Sure.
So you guys, that song Aquanaut. Let's talk about, because you were before the break. We were talking about, or you had mentioned before we played the song that it was there was some sort of funny story in recording it.
Well, I mean,
It was just, we didn't plan on getting a demo out.
yeah, I mean, we were recording scratch tracks.
Yeah.
And then it just
Kind of fell into place.
Yeah, I just kind of sat down and we mixed it and mixed it and mixed it.
And it
did
ended up
some more
sounding
with it.
really, really good. So basically, the whole week that we're doing this,
Yeah,
and
it-
it's just like
It went from
sporadically-
scratch track to holy cow, we need to have this done by Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, we have other people coming over and listening while we record, like, hey, what do you think about this? How does this sound? And we're like, you know, we're sitting in the basement, getting them drunk, we're playing jarts. You know, that's where the album title came from, was this game, this dart game that we made up. And it, like, basically, you can't get, with 4 people, you can't get through an entire game without getting smashed.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. But it was a very, like I said, it was a daunting task. It was a labor.
because the bassist and I are both from Akron. We both work 40 hours a week, getting us up there.
Yeah, because we recorded this at my house in Cleveland.
West Cleveland.
Oh, jeez.
So they're driving an hour each way to come out and record, and like he would come up while the bassist was at work, and then he'd take all the materials down to the bassist's house, and they would record it at his house. So I mean,
Wow.
this album's been all over the place, even before it was released.
That's crazy.
So for a basement demo, you know, we put a lot of work into it, because a lot of people just like do a one take live recording. But that song in particular, that is, it's literally about a pirate that got lost, and he doesn't care anymore. And that's basically what it is. It's a lost pirate.
So that's why you want to call it pirate rock, is because that's like about your favorite song and it's about a pirate.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not fooling anybody.
Right.
One of my, I don't know, yeah, one of my friends here, he came in one day and he was listening to some sort of metal, and I'm like, dude, what is that? It sounds like some like Irish metal. He's like, nope, pirate metal. I'm like,
Yeah, there's pirate metal,
what are you
there's
talking
Viking
about?
metal, there's Celtic metal, and it all comes out of like that Western Europe area.
Yeah. I was like, dude, this is sick. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome.
dude, it's so good. I know. I'm like, yeah, man, this is awesome. So you guys want like that kind of message?
Well, this dude's full on Irish, so
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Irish,
That
Irish,
Yeah.
German, and Russian. I have a little bit in me.
I got a little
Russian.
bit of English, which is understandable because they invaded our island. But
but so that's, I think, where some of that pirate rock influence comes from too, is that same, just that Celtic landmass out there.
right, like a lot of our songs, they have very odd time signatures, and not even so much odd time signatures. Some of them stay in like a 4/4, which is a super easy time signatures with like Celtic accents.
Yeah.
So I've even had promoters, like club owners, promote us as a Celtic rock band when we're clearly
Right, of their
not.
own volition, like
Right.
not with our direction.
Yeah, we are not that at all. But I mean, if that's what it comes off as to some people, then screw it, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you know, whatever your listeners, you know, that's the whole point in reaching out to your listeners. You know,
Exactly.
whatever they want to hear.
We don't do this for us,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to have love
Yeah,
for
little,
what you're
little,
doing.
it's a little
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to have pride for it.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. But you get a lot of that motivation, a lot of that, you know, that love for it by the feedback you get.
Right.
You know, and how much popularity you get.
Right.
So, so talk about recently.
Wanyama. We just played in Cincinnati and in Cleveland with those guys. They are awesome.
Oh, really?
Wanyama, yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty sick.
awesome dudes.
What kind of music do they play?
It's like like a funky,
funky jam bandy,
kind of rapish.
yeah, a
Okay.
little bit of rap.
Okay.
Pretty festival circuity kind of
Yeah.
music.
Okay.
It's
All
very
right.
cool. Very cool music.
So, on to you guys again. What do you think? What's your favorite? Well, how many shows have you played so far?
So those 4, right? Since January.
No, we've 2, 4, I don't know, like 6 or 8, something like that. I don't know. My favorite of all of them was probably the one we just played at the Fantasy, just because they're. I mean, being a new band, you don't expect to pull a lot of people at shows, and we ended up. I just happened to know a promoter that was doing this show and got us on the bill as an opener. And
Yeah, there was. I was surprised how many people were there off the bat.
Right, as early as it was. I mean, we had a pretty decent crowd for as early as it was, and it was a very engaging night. Like, there were people coming up to us, and it was the night that we released the demo, and, like, you know, people enjoyed our music, and they were asking about it, and it's nice to be able to engage in conversation about what you're creating with people that are there to hear it.
Right. So, you talk about these different venues you play in. Are you guys strictly thinking about Ohio, or do you want to venture out into the country?
No, we have a show in Detroit in August, like August 26th. We're going to be in Detroit.
Yeah, and then we're looking at a
Philadelphia show.
like a
Nice.
run through.
Nice.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, and try and hit Buffalo too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Since he's definitely the furthest we've been, but
So far, yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is not a local thing at all. Like, we are definitely trying to take that step up into regional within the next 6 to 8 months for sure.
Would you consider an overseas thing?
I mean,
if
if we all had passports and the money to do it, yeah.
right, if all the things lined up, absolutely.
Yeah, I bought a passport 4, 5 years ago, and I was ready to go get it. I'm like, oh, you know, maybe $30. $150.
Yep.
I was
yeah,
like,
for
are
the
you
overseas, it's 100.
serious?
Well, if you get like the Canada and Mexico one, just the little ID card, it's like $30 or $40. But if you get if you have to get the book to go overseas, it's
that's
a
what
lot
I
of
got.
money.
And I was like, are you serious? I didn't end up going where I was supposed to be going, so it was just $150 that I spent.
How long is it? Is it good forever?
It's good for 10 years, and at least that's what they told me then. I don't know if it changed.
No, it's good for 10. You got to renew it every 10 years, but. Yeah, I mean, I would love to go overseas. That would be amazing. Like, first stop, Dublin.
Well, yeah, for you, of course. Dude, I'd love to see Germany.
Germany would be great.
Yeah, Germany is a place that I want to get to because I think I have family living there. I don't know, but I know
I still have family in Ireland too. Like, it'd be cool because, like, I mean, there's nothing in Ireland. It's just like sheep and potatoes and whiskey.
That's beautiful, right? Beautiful to me. Right, I mean, you know,
I'm home. I don't know what that.
Imagine shooting a video in Ireland.
Oh yeah, dude. Some of
the rolling
cliffs
hills.
and the hills. Yeah.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
That's actually kind of phenomenal idea.
That's the kind of feel I get when I go to Squire's Castle over here at where's that at? It's like in Willoughby.
Okay.
It's on the way. If you leave here and you go left, and you know the Holden building, which is right across the street.
Yeah.
There's a side street right there. You take a right immediately.
And there's a castle.
Well, you keep going down and you keep driving straight, and I'm a terrible GPS person. I'm terrible at giving directions. One time I had a thing where I had to put something in the GPS, and it took 30 minutes. It's supposed to take 30 minutes to get there, and I read, they're like, oh, how long, Matt? And I'm like, 3 days, 9 hours. I'm like,
and you're on walking.
and they're like, what? I'm like, what?
Yeah, if you walk there, it's going to take like 3.5 days, dude. Come on.
No, I actually said, oh, yeah, we got to go through British Columbia. And I'm like, oh, this is telling me to go to Alaska when I got to go to Menor. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, it didn't really click. So
I added a stop there.
But, yeah, you just go down there, and this is the best I can tell you. Make a few turns, and there's not a big castle, but it used to be somebody's house back in the early 1900s, 1800s era, and it's just like it's supposed to be haunted and stuff like that.
That might be a good idea.
There's a spot in Alliance that it's a couple of my friends lived right down the road from it, and it's just this huge plot of land, and you can just see it from the road. It's just this. There's no other word for it but a little castle.
Yeah.
Straight up stone.
Yeah.
Castle.
Oh yeah.
With the towers and everything.
Castles are like the best things in the world. I love
Oh
them.
yeah, it's so cool. I want to go to these like haunted areas in Ohio.
Oh, have
Like-
you ever been to Helltown?
No, where is that?
It's you know where Boston Mills Ski Resort is?
No.
Okay, so it's like
I'm a Northeast Ohio guy. That's
Well,
all I know.
it's like right dead smack in the valley, right in the middle of Cleveland and Akron.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
there's
All
like
right.
not much else there, and then there's Boston Mills Brandywine.
Right. And then but there's so many horror stories about things that happened there over time. Like there was this one where this bus full of kids got caught on this road, and this serial killer came in and burned them all out of this bus, and the bus was there for years and years and years, and they like just recently took it out. Oh yeah, there's like stories all over this little town.
Really?
If you go online, you can look it up. If you Google Helltown, Ohio, it'll just give you all these folklore stories about this. It's crazy. I cannot believe that people actually believe this stuff, but it's there.
You know, and that's the thing. I don't believe it either, but I think that would be it's awesome.
Great
to
place.
just-
Yeah.
It
to
just
stop.
just to feel like scared.
Right. Go scare
And
the
you're-
hell out
and-
of yourself and then go home.
Yeah, you know, maybe pound a few and go down, you know, like seriously, you know. But yeah, why don't you do a video there? That would be cool.
That
like a
would
haunted,
be really cool.
like you have that whole pirate theme you want to do. Maybe like a
Well, in that song. The other songs aren't
and
so
that-
much like that.
we'll make a theme like
Yeah,
a
for that song.
For that song, it would be really cool.
Yeah.
but maybe for like a horror themed album or a horror themed demo or something.
We should work on some sort of concept album.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Because I know a lot of like there's concept genres, you know, with the whole
Right.
Celtic thing and the whole you know the Viking thing. Maybe you should have like a you know that kind of thing going for you, like a scary horror eerie feeling. Because that a lot of you know back in the 80s, I know there were a lot of satanic bands and stuff like that. A lot
Right.
of
Of course.
that was the message that they were getting along, you know, trying to spread to the public. Well, instead of something that evil, maybe something, you know, kind of in the middle.
You know what's big right now? I mean, we could do like a zombie rock album.
Oh,
yeah, zombie.
Yes.
Zombie rock. The Zombies of Boston. What's that called? What's it
It
called?
could be Zombies of Helltown.
Zombies of Helltown.
Ooh.
That
Zombies
sounds.
of Helltown.
That sounds like a.
That would be a killer
That sounds like
band
a
name.
that sounds like a Rob Zombie movie right there.
That
Like,
does.
something like that.
We should pitch that. You trying to go to L.A.?
There you go. The interview at Lakeland started our film
Careers.
We went from making music to making movies.
We
You guys
went from making music in my basement to go hanging out with Rob Zombie.
But so guys, tell me about tell me more about your band. Tell me what's the favorite thing about your band what do you guys like to do, like besides practicing and in your basement? You know, what's your favorite aspect of the whole idea?
Here's I'll just walk you through the day that we had the other day, because the other day was the ideal band practice for us.
Okay.
They show up, and by they I mean
Yeah,
Matt,
me and Ryan,
and their entourage. So they show up, and we're in the basement. We twist one, we play some music, and then we stop for a little while, and then we just have some together time, some bonding.
Right.
Well, we spent 3 hours making tacos.
Yeah, the better
and
part of 3 hours.
The better part of 3 hours making tacos. We drank an entire bottle of Jameson, and this is at like 4 in the afternoon.
Holy crap.
Okay, this is not. We don't do this at night. We do this like we start in the morning. We go all day, and then after all this, we go down. We play our set over again, and we get feedback from the little entourage that they have with them, and then we just continue to get as wasted as possible.
Yeah, close it out. Close it out with a nice long game of darts.
Right, nice
Oh
long
my
game of
gosh.
darts, and I think Ryan and his friends left at like 11:30ish, and then
Yeah.
we ended up going to the bar at like midnight.
Yeah, we didn't leave Cleveland until like 2:30, and we got there at like 12, like noon.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't.
Like our band days are an all-day thing.
So you
because-
gotta definitely plan ahead for a long day.
Yeah, as
Well,
long
not
as
even necessarily
as long
a long
as like
time.
schedules line up. I mean,
Right.
that's schedules don't always let everyone have the same day off, but like
Right.
when it's available, that's ideal because Yeah, everyone's in a great mood. It puts it's like some of the best. It's the best runs of the music we'll ever have because everyone's in a great mood, good food in our stomachs and everything. Man, those tacos were incredible.
I know. I gotta make them again. I made this awesome aioli sauce. It was so good. It was so good.
Have you worked in restaurants?
I work at McCarthy's in downtown Cleveland right now.
Really?
And
Yeah.
one of our entourage that was there has worked in restaurants for years and years. He's a great chef.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, he comes from a giant Italian family, so he has all these cooking.
Perfect.
I didn't do a thing.
Right. There's like 3 of us, like ants, like just a machine. Like, all right, I'm done with this. Switch, and all of us switch stations. Like, I'd go over to the sink and wash some vegetables off, and Ryan would move to the stove, and then
Dan would be cutting the chicken.
Dan would be cutting stuff, and and then Matt's sitting over here on the side, like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, just commentary. I mixed drinks. I've never worked in a bar, but I know how to mix a drink.
He did mix drinks for us.
awesome.
That was very nice of you. I appreciated that.
That is awesome.
Because I had some sweat on my brow that only Jameson could fix.
Now.
Yeah, the camaraderie, really. That's what I think if we're looking for in an ideal day is just that camaraderie. There's nothing.
So just that bonding time.
Right.
That whole time
we live an hour
practice.
away from each other. We don't get a lot of time together. So when we do, we try to make the most of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because right now I'm working at Red Robin over here in Willoughby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was a cook there last time I worked there before I went down to Florida last year. I was a cook. And the burgers, like the whole... I don't like cooking really fast, I like cooking for myself. I like
you gotta take time.
Oh yeah.
I like taking time to make the perfect dish. I don't like
the exact opposite of a restaurant job.
Right.
And
which is what I did the other day. Like I took everything that I do in a normal work day and I stretched it out over like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's right now I'm hosting there, but I love cooking. I love it. And McCarthy's is
it's an Irish bar that has just like it's in the Flats. It's on the West Bank, right across from Nautica Pavilion.
I was just in the Flats back in September. I saw Avatar.
Where
at the
Odeon?
Odeon, yeah, Odeon.
They must have just opened it then.
Yeah.
Actually, the manager of the Odeon, Mike Grizzle, is the reason why I got that job down there.
Really?
Yeah, real good dude.
The Flats are coming back, dude.
They are.
They are really.
We were just having that conversation on the way over here.
Yeah, we were as we were passing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I went down there, because I heard stories from my dad. My dad's 65. He's like, man, you're going to the Flats.
Yeah, don't go down there.
And he's like, the Flats. He told me stories how bad it is.
Right.
I go down there. I'm like, dude, this is awesome.
Well, even like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, it was all cocaine and hookers.
Well, I went to a Panic at the Disco show, which, by the way, really liked their first album and phenomenal stage act, like just dancers and like borderline Cirque du Soleil stuff. I mean, crazy stage act. Yeah, it was an incredible presentation. But it was down in the Flats, and leaving, we just made a wrong turn somewhere, and it was just like within 15 seconds the road dead ended, and also it was like, holy cow, lock the doors. Like, there's no street lights. It's just like a broken wall in front of us. Like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, that's the Flats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still how the Flats are, but at the
but
same
it's so
time,
much. It's come a long way.
It is getting a lot nicer. The nicest building there is Larry Flint's Hustler Club. That's the nicest building in the Flats because it's the newest.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Odeon just reopened, and they've cleaned it up a lot. But Rock Bar just closed, which I'm a little salty about. But
yeah,
that's a fun place. Well, it was a fun place to play because like the stage was in the corner, had a nice long bar, real dim lights, and then you went out on the back deck to smoke, and then like you're over the river. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the cooking in the Flats, I think, is cool because like you get all walks of life in there.
Right.
All walks of life.
Yeah.
So you get to talk to so many different kinds of people because, like, you got the people that live down there in the Flats that just expect that kind of atmosphere. And then you have people that live out, like, near me on the west side in the suburbs where they come down there, you know, because that's, like, the wild part of town, you know?
Right.
But
the Flats remind me a lot of Coventry. A little.
I don't think I've ever been to Coventry.
Oh, Coventry! Coventry is so. It's an artist's place.
Okay.
Like if you are an actual artist, or if you are a musician,
It's kind of like Ohio City, Tremont, that type.
Yeah,
area.
it's really that's the kind of feel you get.
Gotcha.
And so there's a place, the Grog Shop. You know that place?
Oh yeah.
That I saw Terror, underground metal, and I was their one song, Overcome. They played that song, and I think that's their hit. That's like that's their single, and it's just, oh my gosh, dude, the mosh pit. Oh my goodness, I think that was my first pit, and there's this jacked security guard sitting there. And he's just standing there. Nobody's there yet. You know, this other band was on, and then they were coming on. The second they come on, this dude is huge bodybuilder looking. He looks around, and he sees people start coming. He goes and walks away, scared. This guy, the look on this guy's face was, there's something coming.
You say mosh pit. Have you ever seen A Wall of Death?
No.
Oh, my God. My first mosh pit was Ozfest 04. Okay, so Lamb of God.
Oh my goodness.
And then Slipknot.
Oh my
back to back.
goodness.
Okay. Mosh pit's got nothing on this thing, dude. It's a sea of people just going in circles, beating the hell out of each other.
That's what I saw that with the Big Four on TV.
Yeah.
With Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. And I was like, what I would do to be there right now.
Oh yeah.
Like
and there's no Eye of the Storm, because the Eye of the Storm is like a massive mosh pit in the middle of this wall of death. Like, you can't get through this wall of death. There's no way. So there's like just people on every side of it, just like watching, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening. You know?
There's a comedian that he actually tours with Metallica now, because he can do great impersonations of them and of James Hetfield. And so what he does is it's hard, I forget his name, but he'll do like an impersonation, and he'll be like a hilarious act with Metallica. But he had talked about, one of his stand-ups was, he was talking about how there's like, he said he took his wife to a concert, and he said, no, I'm 40 and my wife's 39, and we're a little old for this, mosh pit stuff, but we didn't really think it was going to happen. So he takes her to a Big Four concert, and he goes, we were on the ground for 3 hours trying to find each other. My wife threatened a divorce after the pit because she got hit so many times, and he's like, oh, you're all for yourself. That's like that's what he was telling her. Like, it's everybody's for themselves now. Like he said, I'll show you guys the video after the interview. But yeah, he's hilarious. I gotta find his name. I always forget everybody's names. It's the one thing you could see a face and know, I know that guy.
Right.
But it's like, oh well.
Well, I took my dad to a Flogging Molly concert a few years ago in Pittsburgh, and mosh pit starts in front of us. He's like, do it, you won't do it. I'm like, really, dude? All right. And like, all they have are plastic bottles of Coors. Okay. The grossest beer, in my opinion. So I have a belly full of foamy Coors, like 8 of them. And he pushes me into this girl in front of me, and she swings me around and throws me into this mosh pit. I'm wearing sunglasses, so this dude punches me right in the eye, and I'm bleeding everywhere. I come back to my dad. He's like, I didn't think that's what was going to happen. I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. So I'm just standing there, and like 5 minutes later, all of a sudden, there's like puke all over the back of this dude in front of me. He's like, I think we should go. I'm like, I think I just made more room for beer.
Oh, no. I was surprised. I got to see Flogging Molly, and my story is nowhere near as good as yours. But all I can say is I was stunned at how far away I had to get from the stage so that I wouldn't get murdered.
Oh, man, I was right in the middle of it. And, like, Stage AE in Pittsburgh is, like, the same as House of Blues. And so, have you ever been to the one in Cleveland?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's the exact same layout.
Okay.
The exact same layout. So, like, you have the upper balcony, and then you have the pit, and that's it. Like, and then you have, like, a little bit of area for vendors behind it where the sound booth is and all that. But there's, like, no room in that place. So the entire place was going insane.
No, I can't imagine a mosh pit at the House of Blues.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
Because it's, I've never been there, but I've heard stories about it. So I envision like a.
It's not a big place.
Yeah, I don't know, but I envision like a dinner theater type
mean,
environment.
It's like not, especially depending on what you're seeing there. That's not that wrong because there's like a balcony up top where.
Right. That's what I.
And
literally
literally a
like-
spot for like tables and stuff.
Yeah.
If they wanted to put them there, you know,
Right.
but they don't. You know,
it's
it's
standing room only. Yeah.
right.
No, but yeah, it is. It is. It's way more. Feels way too.
It's a very
nice
intimate
and
setting.
intimate
Yeah.
to body up with someone.
Right. It is like the most intimate venue that a national act can play. It really
Right.
is.
Especially that rock act because that's what they bring through.
Right, because the House of Blues, I think capacity on it's maybe 1,200, you know, and that's, I think other than the Agora, that's the biggest venue in Cleveland.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm going to see.
Obviously, like outside of the queue.
Yeah,
Right.
but the
Right.
Q has all the
And that's-
mainstream,
right, exactly.
You know, Lady Gaga and
That's all.
crap like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to see the Melvins. on,
I have
April.
a Melvin's record sitting on top of my piano right now.
Really?
Yeah.
My buddy just introduced them to me. I never listened to them. I heard from a lot of people that are in a really hardcore thrash metal, death metal, that you know the Melvins are crap. Don't listen to them.
Well, they're punk.
And yeah,
They're
and
not
that's
metal at all. That's why
Right.
I don't like it.
And so my buddy started showing me songs, and all their songs are like hilarious because they're just different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so different, and I'm like, dude, I want to go to the show just to see what the hell happens. Like, you know, this is going to be hilarious, and Napalm Death is going to be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and then there's this like Japanese horror band that's going to be there. Like,
Is it baby metal?
no.
Oh, dude, baby metal rocks. Have you ever heard of baby metal?
No.
Dude, it's these, like, 3 cute-ass Asian chicks, okay? And, like, they don't speak a lick of English. But, like, if you can pull up baby metal,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so awesome. I think the one is I Love Chocolate. Yeah. There it is right there. This is so cool.
All right, let me.
Mike's really excited to show people this.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Chocolate.
Actually, I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Oh, it's so good.
Like it was just one of them videos that just played on the internet. So they were in like
Just listen to their voices. It's hilarious for this music.
I feel like I'm watching an anime right now, like the intro to an anime.
That's what it seems like you should be watching.
Right.
Like where's the rainbows that comes out of the...
Right. I feel like it'd be a rainbow, but it would just be different shades of red and black.
Yeah.
How did you come across it?
Like you said, it was one of those things on Facebook where you just click and it's like, oh, I want to see what these girls are doing. Yeah, I totally was like, what? Baby metal, everybody.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Well, on that note, do you guys want to play one of your songs?
Sure.
Why not?
If we're talking about satanic bands, let's do False Prophet.
Oh gosh.
All right, satanic is not the word.
No, it's anti-religious.
Yeah.
It's not satanic at
Well.
all.
Right.
So what song do you guys want to play off of your...
Yeah, go for it.
Do you have any more?
Just those 4 are the
Yeah,
only
that's
ones
the
on there.
demo. Those are the ones we recorded. I mean, there are more songs. Like, there's more songs that we play, but those are the ones that
Okay.
made the first demo. Say false prophet, yeah, like
Yeah.
Mike said.
Yeah, we can do that.
I know that it's hard to believe, but I beg of you to have faith in fantasy.